Hello, good evening. Welcome to my additional video, really, rather than the one from the last watch I did. I'm just recapping it here. It's on the last video where I rebuilt it. I wasn't very happy with the gold dial and the silver case and the silver strap. As you can see there, it's all gone together okay, but so I decided to gold plate it. So this is what I'm going to do tonight. So here we're going to go with that right now. You can see gold plate, it makes a bit of a mess. I've got on there. I've got distilled water in those dishes there. It's just distilled water in all of them. You could throw a number of rinses. Got the gold plating solutions there. I'll put a link up where I get them from. I think it's Gold Plating Services. Excellent customer service. You can just phone them up and talk to them. I really recommend them. That's just a different carrot. What we've got. That's my voltmeter. That can go me up to. I'm not sure what the maximum voltage in it, but I'm only using a few volts. There's just a warm plate. I'm going to electric clean it first, and these have been stored understairs, so they're room temperature, but they want to be warmer. That's my gold plated solution, and that's just an old pan with boiling water in, just to get it up to about you want it warm, about between 30 and 50 degrees. That's the gold plating solution I'm going to use. And I put it all in that jar, and you want to say it's better when it's warm. So the first thing I need to do is, it's like with anything like this really, it's clean, clean and clean. There's my pen. I'm pen plating it, what they call pen plated rather than bath plating it. You'll see how I do that shortly. And there's the case. The first thing, that's been thoroughly washed in hot soapy water through the ultrasonic. All the bits of dirt on it I've rubbed off with a plastic pencil. It's as clean as it can be in the normal world, I suppose. But that's a stainless steel activator. So I need to use that first. And I'm not sure what effect that has on it. I have no idea, but you activate it before you can apply the gold plate. So what I do first is electric clean it, and that is I reverse the polarity, and this electric cleaner strips everything off the case. It goes from the case to the anode, so it actually removes the flows from the case, from the watch case, rather than to as it normal polarity. And that's it there on the hot plate. I'm just getting that warm to about 40-50 degrees. I haven't got a thermometer, but I just get it so it's it's just nice and warm. The voltage thing there is connected directly to the pen, and that's the cleaning fluid. I think they call it Plater's pickle. It's just sulfuric acid and distilled water, and I use that for a really thorough rinse. Gloves aren't a recommendation. You've got to wear gloves. It's really, you're dealing with acids and all sorts. Like the spill mats I've got there, I've ruined my worktop. It cost me a fortune to sand it all down and revarnish it, because I did ruin it last year with this stuff. So you live and learn. So gloves, I wear glasses anyway, but it's a no-brainer. You're dealing with sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid too. So that's the case. You can see it's a Seiko case. It's good quality steel. And I'm going to electric clean it first, and then I use that stainless steel activator. The voltage, you can't see the voltage on the machine because the video is not picking it up, but just typically when I'm electric cleaning, I'm stripping it using, I think it's about 8 volts, and then when I plate I start at 250 and 2.5, sorry, and then go up, but you'll see that in a minute. So I'm just getting ready now to do the electrolyte cleaning. So here I go with it, electric clean. It's just a quick dip in there. I did notice that there was a few bits in the fluid, so it stayed in there till it just started fizzing, and a gentle rotation round just to spread it all around and take it out. Total time was, I don't know, less than a minute, less than 30, probably about 30 seconds, because it's just to strip everything off what I could. And then I rinse it in Plata's pickle. This is sulfuric acid and distilled water, and it's just rinsed off in there. It's only mild. It's about 10% acid. It's just a quick rinse off. So now I'm getting ready for the actuator. So you need a nice flat tray or a bathtub. I can change the polarity around, and I'm setting the voltage now to what's recommended on the bottle. All the stuff I get from Gold Plate Solutions, it's got a recommendation of how much voltage to set it at. I think it was about six to 8 volts, something like that. I'd decanted it into that tray because just to make it a bit easier, into that jar, sorry, just to make it a bit easier. Setting the pen up. The pen is just like a carbon rod. You put like a cigarette, well, it's a cigarette filter in the end, and then just tie up some foam around it. It's got a metal tip for for your conductive, and you just saturate that foam, and you put the negative on the frame. That's the anode, and your pen is positive, and it always flows to negative. That's how I remember. And I just keep. I do attach it with that, and I don't like it. It's only on a low because it's obviously going to scratch it. So I do change that in a bit, and I just press it on. But I wanted good. You've got to get good contact. While I'm doing this, I'm looking at the power supply, and you can see current is pulling. I think it was 0.28 or something like 0.285, that sort of range, 0.3. Every time I go on, you get a very gentle bubbling. I won't say it was bubbling; it was foaming a little bit, and I was getting current. All the time I'm doing this, I'm watching the current, and I don't know how to I don't know how long to do this for. So I did it for. I mean, this is all speeded up. It's not real time. It's on 2.5 times quicker. I did it what I imagined to be about around 5 minutes. So just get going over it and over it. Obviously, you're less so at the back because that's not so visual. But I didn't really, that I just carried on doing what I'm doing. It's always nice to do the big flat spots because you just know it's going on. But as I say, it's gentle foaming. It's not bubbling as such. That's the wrong term. And I just do this all the way through, constantly checking the current, making sure I'm getting it. Between the lugs, there was some marks where the strap's been rubbing over years, and I did try and get them, but it was still weren't doing it. That looks to me like that's gold, but I think this might be wrong. So yeah, I'm just planning on. I've just stopped the video actually, and I'd look because I'm looking at this. I'm editing this from a small screen, and it looked like it were gold, and I thought I'd missed a segment out. I thought I was putting the gold on, but we're not. This is just a stainless steel activator, so no problem. Just kept doing it, and then it's a rinse on in the 2 or 3 baths. I think I did 3 because I'd used the first one earlier on. And it's distilled water. I have got some water what's run through. I've got one of these reverse osmosis drinking water machines. I did a tray on that with no adverse effects, so I don't have to buy any more distilled water. And what I do now, I'm getting ready for the gold now. That's all done. So I'm just rinsing it off. You don't have to dry it out between plates. You have to get it to wet it out, platers call it, and it's a state where the water doesn't stay on it. There's no surface tension on the water. You don't get like droplets on your dial, on your case. It just flows off, and that's called, you've got to fully wet it out, and that is critical because if it does do that, it won't take. But all this this acid and the stainless steel activator, which is, I think that's sulfuric or hydrofluoric acid based. You can see what I'm doing there with a pen. That's just a cigarette filter, roll up a cigarette filter with a bit of foam. I bought a kit from Gold Plated Solutions, and that comes with it. I got everything apart from the power supply. I bought that. You got like a small transformer, like a phone charger for it. But you got 3 pens, various bits and bobs, various gold solutions, gold, nickel, and copper plating. and they was excellent over the phone when I had some questions. So I say I'll put the address up. Not connected to them in any way. They don't even know I'm doing it. So I'm just showing you. So yeah, I'm getting the pen built up. They're putting the time rats in to keep that foam nice and tight, and it's just saturating it. The tip of the pen externally, you've got about, I'd say about 35 mil of stainless steel, so you've got plenty of metal to obviously conduct your flow through there. So I'm just building that up, and then we're ready to go. And well, you'll see. But I'm smiling. So we're just waiting. There we go. So there's my solution. It's been in a pan of boiling water. I'd estimate it's around 50 degrees. It's warm to the touch, more than tepid. It's quite warm because apparently it makes it easy to put on. So it's saturating the foam. Just for instance, the watch out one final time, that was in its own water. That was 100% clean water. And I'll get the bath out. And that bath is marvellous. It's just so much easier. It's I tried this before, and I tried to save the fluid, so I'd recycle it, but you can't. It's not because it's not cheap. Gold solution isn't cheap. It's affordable. I think a bottle's about 35 quid, but you only get like 50 millilitres. So I've connected the anode, the negative, and I'm just, as you say, just brushing it on. It takes a while, and looking at the video, it looks like you can see it quicker than what I could, but it took me a long time, several minutes, to realise that gold was going on it. But I don't know if it's the lighting on video or not, but it looks like you can see it better on there. So just keep doing that and just keep repeat. I've turned the voltage down to 2.5. It recommends 3, but the first watch I did a year ago, I had it up and I got dark spots, and I've since read that I may have had the voltage too high. So I'm starting low, and it's going on. Again, there it looks like it's gold there. What I'm seeing, but I can show you it wasn't. I do up the voltage, and I was sort of using it like a paintbrush and sort of running it dry before I re-dip, and that defeats the object. It's gold plating. So I up the voltage slightly, and I keep that nib saturated. I dip more, and immediately I did that, it started going on a lot more. It's not like painting; it's called brushing. You're not brushing it on to the eye anyway. I suppose you're microscopically, but it's just a nag. But don't, if you're going to try it, don't think more volts, more attraction it's going to have. Certainly not on gold. Nickel's a piece of cake, and copper is, but you don't need a lot of voltage. Under 6 volts, under 4 probably. It's all about the surface area and what you're doing. But for watch cases, a small surface area, we've got small volts. It was pulling about 0.5 amp, and when I upped the voltage from 2.5 to 3, it immediately went up. It sort of doubled to 0.155, something like that, and I'm saturating it more. So it definitely went on better the second half. And I'm just going over just keep going over and over and over, keeping it wet, keeping my army to making sure I've got good conductivity all throughout. Didn't use a lot of gold plate, but some of the plating I've done before is what they call the bath, or the bathtub, I think, and you actually drop it in your jar and hang it from a bit of copper wire, and that's a more even and uniform approach for me. But you need more liquid. You need quite a bit of liquid to put it in the bath, to put it in a big jam jar or a big glass jar. Whereas pen plating here, yeah, I didn't use a lot. I just poured it in you put it into a jar, which I can decant it into a jar, which I can use again, and I didn't waste any, and it worked fine. I think the first time I did it, I didn't think it well. I was just a bit impatient, which is not like me. But you can see it's going on now. I'm starting, once it starts to come on, it really does look nice, and I was chuffed a bit at this stage because it's actually, it's turning into gold. I've made gold. Oh, I'm a rich man. And that's it. Just keep putting it on. Inside the lugs, it's the weakest area, but I couldn't clean that as good as I like to have done. But it doesn't really matter. And you've got layers on it. It's not silver. So just keep going on, and it's a piece of cake. But you definitely need some splash rags on your for your worktop. You definitely need gloves and eye protection. And it's not a sort of thing recommended you should. I mean, I got acid into a cut when I was just getting it all out and seeing what I had. And I only picked the bottle up and I just had a bit of residue on the side, and it stung like hell. So you've been warned. And that's it. And as I said, I'll put the company up where I got my kit from, if you're interested. I've shown it at the beginning, got a bottle of gold solution from AliExpress, and I bought 24 carat on that, which is a lot deeper. It's not really suitable for watches, but apparently it's a really deep gold. But I like the sound of that. So I haven't used that. I will probably put it on here when I come to use that. But this is the gold solution from gold plating, the gold plated company I use. And what I was doing there when I was pressing the pen on, I was seeing if I could what the contact were. I was seeing if I was getting good contact and see what the amperage was doing. And then what I realised, you should never hold the pen on for long. It just constantly needs to be moving, or you can burn it on. And I would like watching the amps or the microamps, and thought, oh, bugger, I'm gonna spot it here, but I got it in time. So keep it very wet, keep it moving, don't cross the streams, don't let them touch, and keep that sponge saturated, and don't get voltage hungry. This come out of tree is because I did have a few dark spots which I thought had something to do with that Peter's pickle, but it must have been a grade of the stainless steel, because when I started doing that, I genuinely, this uniform all the way around. It does look nice, and I won't say professionally done, but it just looks gold, and that's it. One thing I didn't do the crown, to adjust the watch, the crown head. I didn't do that. I forgot all about it, and I thought I've got a spare, but it's for a bit of different Seiko. It doesn't fit, so it's got a silver crown. I'm not bothered about that. Yeah, I'm chuffed to bits. It was quite easy, and also inside the case is a steel rim, what your dial sits on, and I didn't gold plate that. I didn't do inside, and I should have done, because when the face is in, I thought it'd be covered by the crystal, but you can still see a little bit of it, and you wouldn't notice it, but you would if you just gold plated it yourself. But you'll see it soon. It looks a cracker. It's gold now. It really is. I love it. Clearly, I like doing that bit. I'm doing that the whole time, because I mean that's one of the most visually important ones. But as I say, 3 volts, absolutely saturated. Brush, brush, brush. I think the whole project of this was Saturday morning, and I think the whole thing was about 3 hours. So that's getting everything out, finding out, because I hadn't looked at it for over a year, finding out what I got and what I hadn't got. But it's messy, and you've got to get everything out, and I need to isolate the kitchen. This is my kitchen table. So what you have to do now, while it's at this level, is before it gets touched, is to get a good polish. And these obviously supply with the right polish. It's a bit congealed. I have to get it out with a spare pen, but it's just being polished up now with a specific gold polish. And there you go. And it's ready to go. And I'll I was going to put a new crystal on it, but this cleaned up while I left it in some fluid for a few hours. and it come up a treat, so you'll see that shortly. I just had to fish this out. I need some more of that, clearly. But yeah, make sure you get a good layer of this first, because it's subject to like marks, fingerprints and so on. So I'll just pass on to the end bit now, and I hope you liked it. But you'll see it in a minute now. So here we are. This is it on the wrist. I think it looks a million times better than it did in the stainless steel. There was nothing wrong with it. It was nice, clean strap, and the case was fine. It just didn't go with that gold dial, definitely in gold hands. But you can see there the gold is nice and it's uniform. There's no spots or darker spots. It's all gone on evenly. Very good. The only thing I haven't done, as I say, is that crown, but I've got one somewhere. But yeah, you can see loads better. I'm happy to wear this now all the time. So that's it. If you fancy it, give it a go. It's not that complicated. Once you've got all your kit set up. And yeah, I hope you like it. Send me any comments. Like would be good. And thank you. And see you soon. Bye-bye.